Here's a very quick tutorial on how to create mockup images using AI and just a few steps. So I'm creating an image for the beta access for my AI Funnelpreneur. For those who don't know, the AI Funnelpreneur is a platform where my wife and I, we are teaching everything we know about how to build reliable, sustainable, and scalable platforms using AI, not your regular vibe coding things. We are actually implementing real frameworks because my wife is a programmer for over a decade now, and she's combining the best of both worlds, right? The best of vibe coding and using AI, but also the best of real software engineering, so that you can, without any piece of code, without writing any code, you can build reliable programs. But when we are in beta right now, so I want to create a mock-up image, right, to promote it. So this is a process on how to make it happen. All right, so first things first, I want a device. I want a MacBook, and I'm using FreePick, by the way. And then I can select any of these MacBooks. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to go ahead and select this one, and then I'm going to select an image. Now I already have an image right here, so I just go ahead and open the image. I took a screenshot of the dashboard basically, and then I go ahead and add it there and go for mockup editor. Once we do this, he's going to go to a new tab and he's going to go to a mockups tab. Okay, we just need to wait, and we can see that it's not 100% good fit there, right? It doesn't need to be, but you can also adjust the element just by dragging. For example, drag to the limits of the image, and then you drag it down a little bit. You can also use commands to fit the image, and you can see the result right there. So it looks pretty good. I like the result. Let's go ahead and save changes. There we go. Here we have it. So now I want to go to background, and I'll simply reduce the opacity to 0 for now, and then export as PNG. I'll add a little bit more size there, and then go ahead and download it. Okay, so I'll just download from there. Now after that, I just go to Figma, but you can use Canva or any other one. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to use Figma, so I'm gonna use a version where you don't need to use Figma. Okay, so I have it this way. Let's try to go ahead. I don't even need to remove the background. So let's go to the spaces. So just AI tools. We go to spaces right there. And now I can create a new space for this. So I can use one that I already have. I'll go ahead and create a new space, and you can name it if you want to. And now you just go ahead and add media. For media, you just utilize the image that you generated, or you can go ahead and upload media. You upload that other image and add media. Okay, and now you have the MacBook laptop screen. Okay, so this is where everything starts. If you want to also add the image of reference, just so it's more detailed, you can also make it happen. So I'm going to add the image of reference that I have on the desktop, okay, or the laptop. So now I have these two images, and I want to create something. So what I want to do, the first thing is I want to create an assistant, because assistant is going to help you with prompts. And the next thing I want to do is I want to make these 3.1 Pro, and I want to I want to go ahead and use image generator. Now here, what I like to do is I like to copy just a few of them. Okay, maybe just a few more. Like 6 sounds good. I can even put them side by side, so it's just easier to see it later. Okay, and now this assistant is connected to that. Now we can add reference image to the assistant, but what I found to work best is actually to connect these images to reference images there. That has proven to work a little bit better. It doesn't mean that the other one doesn't work. It just means that this one for myself, it has worked a lot better. Okay, so I'm just connecting these images. You can also go to the settings and do these previously, whatever you want to do. That's totally fine. Okay, it already exists. Okay, so now I just need to connect this to that, I guess, and this to that. So it needs to be 6 and 6. Okay, cool. Now, what I want to do is right here in the image generator, I want to select the resolution. So for me, I want to do one by one. That works fine, all of them one by one. And then I want to select the type. So you probably don't see really well because this is very, very small, but you go ahead and select the type that you want. I always like to test between Seadream 4.4, 4.5, and then some others. So I'll do 1.4. I go Seadream 4.4, then I do Seadream 4.5, Seadream 4.5, and then I can do some Nano Banana 2, for example, or Nano Banana Pro. So actually I'm going to add two more. So Nano Banana, where is it? Nano Banana 2, and then I'm going to add two more, one here and one here, because I want to also test the Nano Banana Pro and Nano Banana Pro. So now, these are also connected with that, so these should be 8, okay, so they are connected. So we have all that stuff. So all we need to do now is we need to visualize what we want to do. So what I want is I want a MacBook device on center, displaying in the monitor the beta image, or add image reference is beta image, okay, and then I want to give some I have another video about all these different 5-step process, but I'm going to be a little bit faster here. So I want a tech background using the colors black, bright orange, and bright green, with a futuristic look and a world view illustration. World illustration also in a bit tech / futuristic design. I want the letters, I want bold letters in the font of Honest, bold, align to the left. These letters should have a gradient going from white to light gray. Also add a noisy, grainy texture. I know this is kind of boring to go through, but this is the thought process. A noisy, grainy texture. Add a gloss morphism styled border to those letters, where they also have the color orange glowing. Okay, this is not going to be cool. I'm going to remove these later, but for now it's there. The letters should say beta phase almost finished. Add a progress bar, modern style, about 80%, about not 80%, but let's say it's 70% completed, with stripes, diagonal, resembling movement, orange, not orange, I want, for this progress bar, I want that bar to be green color with lighter green stripes. Okay, what else we want? I don't want to complicate too much. I just want add field of depth between the MacBook and the background. Make it dynamic, resembling movement. Add smoke or fog smoke or fog, and a glowing orange color right behind the MacBook. Okay, so for now, that's it. Okay, so I can go ahead and copy this if I want to, I don't need to, and then I run from here. Now I'm gonna pause the video on these moments because this is just boring part where we just wait for the image to generate. So I'm gonna pause the video and come back right after when the images are already generated. Now we can start seeing that some images are already coming through, some better than others. So there's some elements that I like from this one, some elements I like from that one. So let's see how things go. And the cool thing about this is that you can see the elements that you like from each and then kind of copy from those. You can also see the models, which ones created the things that you are mostly looking for, and then continue from there. And you can use reference images. So let's say, for example, this is the exact thing that I want. I can go ahead and copy this and then use it as a reference image as well. Okay, so I can go ahead and download it once everything is done. Another thing that I didn't do is I didn't add, for example, here 1K. For this purpose, it's enough, but sometimes you kind of want to have it 2K. Very rarely you want 4K, but that's fine. So there's a few elements that I like from each one of these. So this one is my favorite for now. The only problem with that one is that the background is not dark, and I should have added a dark background there. There's just one missing. I don't really love this one, although that's okay. I don't like that one. That one, I don't like it either. So this one is the one that I like the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this image, and I'm gonna drag it here. And now I want it to be referenced here in media. Okay, let's go ahead and see the images up close. So here, I like this thing. I just don't like the onest beta. I don't know why they have onest there. This one is almost perfect. This one is almost perfect. This one here, it's kind of too much, if I'm honest with you. This is also too much. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make sense. I don't like that part on top. I don't like that part on the top. So as you can see, the Seadream failed a little bit. Google Nano that we have here, which is Pro, and also here is Pro. It's very, very similar. But the one that I like the most is actually this one. So what I can do now is I can go ahead and run it again to see if they come up with different things, or just run the ones that I wanted to run. Okay, so I can go ahead and create 1K, it's fine, right? 1024, it's fine. So I can go ahead and run this one again. I can also run this one again. Let's go ahead and run these again. Okay. If I really don't like any of these, then I could just delete it. There's a few things here that I kind of like, but they are not really kind of perfect, so I'm not going to use it, basically. So I'm going to pause the video again and come back once these images are generated. All right, so it's almost there. This is almost there. And we just have one left. And to be honest here, these two, they didn't really work that much. This one, I believe it's the one that I like the most so far. I don't like that one, but I do like this one, I believe. Yeah, I like this one. I'm gonna use this one, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and download it. Okay, so I'll use this one for the social media post, and whenever I want to create more around this genre, I can go ahead and do that. Now, for example, I can go ahead now and create this and create a different version of it. So like make it inclined. Okay, so I can go ahead and then make the laptop. So laptop, MacBook on center, displaying the monitor in center, slide slightly tilted, not tilted, slightly direct, slightly facing, directing, slightly adjusted. What's the word? Slightly. It's not tilted. It's rotating, slightly rotated to the right side, and then we can make it happen. Tag background is in colors black. I can see like black background. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 90%, and then let's run from here. Okay, the main reason about here is that once we have one image of reference and then another image of reference, we can create a video from there. So this video is already taking too long, but I'm gonna pause it and then wait for this image to be generated, and then I come back from there. Okay, so we already can see a few images. We already can see a few images coming in. So this image is not loading. I'm gonna go ahead and drag. I'm gonna go ahead and drag it again, see if it loads. Okay. This one is actually very cool. Now, because I've added black background, every single one of them is using black background. This one is kind of not great. This one is cool, right? I like this one as well. But I like the other one better. And let's just wait for this one to generate. Okay, it generated. I don't love that one. I don't really love that one. Let's see which one resonates the most. To be honest, none of these is going to make it happen. I don't think none of this is going to work. But anyway, I'll also leave that to a different. I'll leave it for a different video. This one is the best one. Create it and edit here. I don't know why this is not. These are not loading. This one should be loading. Okay, now it's loading. Okay, so now we can go ahead and create. We can also do assistant if you want to, and then we can create a video generator. Use whatever you want to use. I don't have any specific preference, although Grok usually is good. I just don't have any specific preference. I'm going to use this one. 1 by 1, 5 seconds. We can do 2 if you want to. And then we can say start image. Do we have an end image? Start image, end image. Do we have, can we do, let's see, start image is there, end image is that one, and references. We can do this one, and we can also do this one as references. Let's see, a video of the MacBook laptop on center facing forwards, rotating to the right side, still centered. Then we have the progress bar going from 70% to 90% animated. Background glowing orange animated. World illustration on the background animated in a y-axis rotation. For now, let's do this. Gemini free run from here, and let's see how it does. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna go to the next one. I don't have a lot of, I don't think it's gonna be really cool because I would need to create an exact replica of this one. And I would need to make the laptop tilted to the left. So I would need to repeat the process that I did first initially. And then I would just make sure that this image is, the only thing that changes on this image is the laptop that is tilted on the right side, so you can we can have more control over that. But let's see what it does. Something went wrong. Let's see what we can do. Run from here. Let's see if not from here. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video and come back because this does take a while. Okay, let's try again. It didn't run. Let's go from here and see what happens. Sometimes you do have these errors and it's just a server issue. Sometimes it's a prompt issue. Sometimes it's a connection issue. So let's see if we can make it happen right now. If we don't, I'll create just a dedicated video for this kind of stuff later on, because this is already 20 minutes and most of you already might already feel like it's just way too long. So let's just wait for it. I'll pause the video and come back when it's done. Right, so now it's done. We have the two videos here. Let's go ahead and analyze one by one. We have the world, and now it's changed to another. You see what I mean? This is a huge error, of course. It doesn't look good. And the main problem was the beginning of the image and the end of the image, okay? So it's not even the model. The model is fine. It's just that he's switching from this image to that image, and of course, it's not gonna work. You need to have an identical wireframe in order for you to work. Okay, but I'll create an example. Sorry, for this in a much shorter video. So yeah, that's it. Now it's time to write the copy for it and utilize this image to launch the post. Cheers.